Oh boy, this is gonna be fun! I made a huge mistake! That's right everyone, Dragon Ball Super episode 82 is out finally, and we have now seen the true scale of Toppo's justice! And I like it. Never forgive Son Goku, Toppo, the warrior of justice, intrudes! Man, all this talk of justice and posing must be getting Gohan hot under the collar, right? Where we last left off, Goku was sending the entire internet community into a tailspin about his dialogue, but now this is the time he's going to correct it, right? No, it's still just as confusing. We must have been misunderstood. Oh no, okay, he's gonna continue with that evil moniker. Great. Toppo is ready to kick Goku's ass for all his remarks and wipe the floor with him with his great big bushy beard. However, we see Vermood and the Universe 11 gang actually debating whether calling Goku evil is even right. They're quite unsure about it, and we finally get a name for the angel. Margarita. Yes, I like it. That's like a cross between a margarita and the Macarena. Now I'm just expecting her to break out into dance whilst drinking a cocktail. But their Supreme Kai actually thinks it's a good idea to show what Universe 11 is made of. And they seem to agree. They're a pretty agreeable bunch. And this Supreme Kai's name is... Kai. Either this is an extremely ingenious name pun or one of the laziest we've ever seen. He calls out to the Omni Kings and asks that Toppo and Goku can fight because he's just so smitten with Lord Goku's strength. And yes, he does call Goku a lord. The only thing that Goku is a lord of is the fridge. My plate is my shield and my fork is my sword.
But I'm afraid that this battle will not take place at the dinner table as the Omni Kings agree to this new fight. With no hesitation, Goku powers up to Super Saiyan. To get a more accurate read about Goku's reaction right now, replace the scream with a long yay. For once this episode, Goku's kind of right. Toppo does like to talk and pose a lot, much like the Ginyu Force and the Great Saiyan Man by proxy. This is actually a nod to Toriyama and his son's love for Super Sentai. That's actually how the Ginyu Force were created at the time. So I imagine that Toriyama and Toyotaro brought that old trope back for a little bit of a giggle. Hey, I ain't complaining, I like Super Sentai. Beerus is getting kind of worried now in his own special way, and thinks that if Goku is seen fighting by the other gods of destruction and angels, they could get a good read about his techniques and moves. Yeah, I think they've actually got a good read about his techniques. Let's consult the list, shall we? Okay, he can change his hair color, he's a meanie, he likes to punch with his fists, and oh yeah, he's a meanie. Yeah, not much there. Oh my lord, he's been getting with the Super Saiyan vapors! Oh, this brings him back to the Great Saiyan Man once more. Gohan is really happy right now. As for Toppo's speech, I'm not gonna complain, this is totally my jam. Moving on. The fight actually begins a third of the way into the episode, and Toppo proceeds to name all his attacks something and something or other, like the Justice On and the Justice Tornado, which is actually a cool looking move. He spins Goku around like a lazy Susan on a caffeine high. Toppo then uses his Justice Crusher and dislocates Goku's shoulder. Aw, shame that Vegeta isn't here right now. It would give him total catharsis after his fight with 18 back in the day. The crowd are loving Toppo's antics right now, and Gohan's considering a move to Universe 11 so he can join the Pride Troopers. Finally, a universe that just gets him, you know? The fight continues with Toppo's Justice Flash, which acts like a ki barrage but is far more controllable. That's actually a really good move. I might add that to Parter's move list. Suddenly, Goku is grabbed from behind by Toppo in a way he's all too familiar with. The Justice Rear Naked Choke, yes that's the actual name, don't read into it, is one of Toppo's finishers if this were a wrestling match. During his Rear Naked Choke, bones are crushed, or at least I think they're being crushed. The sound effects aren't that great, and really they need to make them more intense in order to sell it. They did that when Goku's arm was dislocated, so why not here? This would sound really disturbing. You know things are bad when the anime character's pupils disappear and they power down. Things ain't good. This tracking shot of the other gods just watching Goku scream out in pain, almost dying, and doing nothing about it, actually seems to imply that they're okay with Goku biting the dust. They don't give a damn about him. The crowd have been swayed towards Toppo. He's the face in this match.
In their eyes, Goku doomed the universes, even though Zeno was gonna do it anyway, but the gods don't care about that trivial fact right now. But then somehow Goku escapes the chokehold and goes Super Saiyan Blue, all in the space of a couple of seconds, and actually turns the fight around into something really cool looking. The animation's pretty slick. But then Goku breaks out the old instant Kamehameha from the Cell games and slams it in Toppo's face. But of course, Toppo being a tough guy, he just stands there and takes it. Man, this guy's awesome. But he's mad though. His suit is scuffed. He's burning justice!
But Goku's burning Kaioken Blue!
It seems now that Goku can control the Kaioken Blue, and the Zenos are suitably impressed. But the Grand Priest wants to save this for the tournament, as he's calling the shots and ending the match here and now. He kills the mood dead in its tracks, not just for the Omni Kings, but for us too. Oh man, I wanted this fight to continue. Goku then tries to shake Toppo's hand and says, "Hey, that was a good fight." But much like with Bergamo, Toppo refuses Goku's extension of friendship. He insists that the Pride Troopers, as well as Jiren the Grey, which is the alien guy from the opening, will stop him dead in his tracks. Toppo ain't the strongest guy of the Pride Troopers. That Jiren guy is. Goku then reports the news to his team, and to see Gohan getting this fired up is really kind of refreshing. We've seen him shy away from fighting for so long. To actually see him get involved and getting enthusiastic about it is actually really different, and I'm really glad to see it. It shows that he's now really into this fight. He's not only fighting for his family now, but he's fighting because he wants to enjoy himself. That Saiyan blood's kicking in for sure. He's now more determined than ever to perform well at the tournament. Naturally, Beerus wants to argue with Goku some more, so that happens. Meanwhile, at the Universe 11 corner, Toppo is treated with respect by Vermood and Margarita. This juxtaposition is really clever. To see the bickering of Universe 7 with the amiability of Universe 11 is really contrasting. It shows the different styles of rule of other gods of destruction. They're not all hot-headed and mean. They can actually be kinda nice. They're just doing a job of destruction. That's what they've been called to do. Hey, doesn't mean they have to be a bad guy. Not all of them are hot-headed like Beerus and Champa. The Grand Priest formally announces the Tournament of Power and begins the construction of the stadium, which will be complete in 40 hours' time. The Universe 7 team return to the sacred world of the Kais. Satan asks Goku whether he can win, and Goku's response?
I don't know, but we got Boo and Gohan.
Yeah, that's gonna spark confidence, Goku. Yeah? Beerus isn't through with Goku though, and they begin to argue twice in the space of as many minutes. Both times, Whis has to break it up and say to them that they need to go and find some other teammates in those 40 hours. Now Whis is sitting pretty right now because whatever happens, he's gonna live. It seems like Whis' job is now changing from angel to coach. Beerus demands a strategy meeting at Bulma's place, so that means they can eat and debate at the same time. Mostly eat. As this is going on, the stadium continues to be built as we cut to credits. And yes, don't worry, I will talk about the preview briefly. Now, judging from how Toei has cut the preview, it is implied that Goku asks Whis to induce Bulma into giving birth to Bra in time for the tournament to take place, so that means Vegeta can join the team. Whether this actually happens, I am not sure. We're just gonna have to wait until next week and see whether Toei was lying or not. Toei has a history of misleading previews, so let's just wait and see. All in all, this episode was a bit unevenly paced, but on the whole, pretty good. The Toppo Goku fight was probably the most action-packed battle in the entire exhibition match mini-arc. Much more exciting than the Bergamo Goku fight, that's for sure. The animation was pretty ambitious, but it lent itself well to the fast-paced action. Again, I'm excited to see how Gohan behaves during this arc. He has demonstrated that he's getting excited about fighting again. That Saiyan blood's finally kicking in after years of non-activity. Also, the cinematography and direction was really good this episode. There was a lot of contrasting shots between Universe 7 and the other universes. They were really playing Goku as the bad guy. They were demonstrating Goku's evil nature in the eyes of other gods much more sophisticatedly, rather than just going, oh, Goku's bad, like they did in the last episode. Also, I'm glad that Universe 11's angel has a name. Margarita. People can now stop calling her and Vermood Joker and Harley. They now have names. Kai though? It is what it is. I'm actually really curious about Whis now, because his attitude is beginning to change. For most of Super, he's actually been pretty insightful. He seems to be getting more emotionally involved, because when Beerus and Goku keep fighting, he actually gets pretty angry. That's the most emotional I've seen him in a very long time. Round about the days of when he and Vados were debating about who was strongest, that was sibling rivalry. This was straight up, I'm annoyed now. Is Whis secretly beginning to care about Universe 7 even though he's not showing it? Let's keep an eye on that one. Anyway, that's my review of Dragon Ball Super Episode 82. Tune in next time for my review of Episode 83. Until the next one, be sure to like and subscribe. Catch you later!